sits all the way to the front, but I'm wondering if I can actually take this and slide it back a little further so that the clock face sits back a little further. I've spent half a month now dancing with nostalgia over this project and how it used to feel for me, looking for the magic of it again. When I was in it, I wasn't afraid to fail or mess things up or make stupid mistakes while I'm learning. Womp, womp, womp. People present such polished versions of themselves and the things they're doing, afraid of judgment, and then they set unrealistic expectations for others to have of themselves in their beginnings, which makes them afraid to share and be judged and so forth. Most of this is a learning process. I lost the sandpaper and completely melted the actual bit. It's important to me that I never do that. It's fitting that I'm immersing myself in the Father Time shoot first. I'm revisiting older versions of myself across 10 years of intermittent creating, and at the same time, I hear the clock ticking and the calendar days turning so quickly through this 99-day experiment of living a life you are authentically in love with. Time seems to be very much the focus of the artist as well as the expressions of the art. I've always had a deep affection for miniatures, and I am always one who sees things very differently than they are. Clocks are always castle towers and doorway portals for me. They always have been. Over the last few years, I've collected over 100 clocks for this shoot, but I also imagine this crumbling ruin of a castle that a tie lives in, as if time itself is being eroded by itself, self-cannibalizing in the aftermath of obsession and heartache. I'm a little dramatic. It works well for the art, though. Sometimes the words come first, and sometimes the images in my mind. My imagination considers herself a raven, stealing and storing little trinkets that no one but me sees as treasures. The cardboard used for the towers came from the backings of the tile backsplash we put in our kitchen when we remodeled over a decade ago. What I call a raven, others call a hoarder, and perhaps it's both. Swords and coins are often double-sided, as is our character traits. Certainly, I could have found much more recently acquired cardboard, and yet it was the perfect texture and consistency and size for what I needed to be easy to work with. I didn't know what I needed it for at the time, but I saw its value and hid it away. In truth, I needed this property, this size, to house my imagination in all its manifestations, to safeguard my fragile heart from all the people who are annoyed with my process and don't understand my mind and all its complexities and chasms of creativity. I found the magic yesterday. It was nearly 1 a.m. before I even realized it was dark out. No greater love affair will I ever have than with the eloquence and artistry of the Reliquarian. It's like dancing with the divine itself. The birth of the art is the rebirth of myself, and the ticking of the clock both calls me forward in courage and in fear. Day 16. There are 83 days left to go. I have approximately $54 of the necessary bare minimum of $5,000 a month that I would need to sustain Reliquarian House monthly. The progress is slow and the projects are long. There is a blend of euphoria and anxiety in the ticking of the literal and proverbial clocks. I don't know where I'm going or how I'm getting there. It is a pathless path, and I have to walk it all the same. But I know there's a reason these words and images have been with me in some regards since childhood, and why I never entirely set down this project. Why I've collected things for years in anticipation of creating it. It's meant for me, and I for it. so that I can give it to you, whoever you are, whatever moment in time you are connecting with it, which may be very different from the moment that I am sharing it now. I think the truly great works are timeless. I think they're meant to touch people. And so it stays with me right now until I finish it. And then it's a gift for you. And I have to trust that the people that it's meant for, it will find, and they will understand it and understand my heart in the creating of it. And it'll resonate and speak to the same parts of them that it did, coming through those parts of me into being. Really, this entire collection of art and all of the words is a very intimate and sincere love letter from me to you. I hope it's received that way.
You're so spoiled.